Alright, we're going to tie a pattern today called the Prism PT. It's a variation on a pheasant tail nymph. And what we've gone ahead and done is taken a 0x long nymph hook and put a copper bead on it with a couple wraps of wire just to lock in that bead. We're going to take some uni thread. This is rusty brown in an 8/0, and we're going to start it right behind those lead wraps. And go ahead and go through those lead wraps just to kind of lock them down. What we're going to do is we're going to tie these materials in as we go back down the hook to try to keep the bulk of this fly down to a minimum. So we're going to tie in our tail material, but we're going to start it about halfway down the hook. And our tail material is going to be some Coq de Leon, some CDL. And this is in the speckled variety. In the original, we use obviously the pheasant tail fibers for the tail. Those can get kind of brittle after a while, and I like the translucency and the durability of CDL instead. So we'll go ahead and cut a clump off. And we want this to be just a little bit, about a shank length worth of CDL. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it, and then I'm going to take my fingers back to where I want that tail to be. We're just going to sit it right there. We're going to tie in our ribbing material, which is going to be copper wire, and this is a ultra wire size small. We're going to take those, I'm going to wrap these back down the hook on the near side here. With touching wraps. Right down to the bend of the hook. I'm going to kind of prop those tail fibers up just a little bit. So we get them to kind of stick up, and then we're going to put one wrap underneath. So that those tail fibers prop up. The body of this fly is going to be pheasant tail, just like the original. And so we've got a pheasant tail here. We're going to peel off just a couple fibers. And for this fly, I'm going to go with 3. And tie these fibers in right at the butt here. And then we are going to wrap over the top of those tips, keeping them on the near side, so that that body continues to be nice and uniform. We'll go ahead and clip off our butt ends of our tail. And we will begin to wrap our pheasant tail. Get touching wraps as we go along, so that there's no space. And we'll tie off those butt ends there at the front. Take our copper wire, and I'm going to forward rib this. You can counter rib this if you'd like. if you want a little bit of extra durability in this. I'm going to aim for 4 wraps. Tie that wire off. Our wing case for this fly is going to be medium opal pearl tinsel. Go ahead and tie that in. We want that to be right on top of the hook. And go about 1 or 2 wraps over the top of that pheasant tail. That just kind of keeps the proportions in line. The thorax of this bug is going to be done from SLF Prism dubbing, and this is the hare's ear. This is the hare's ear color. I like this because it's got a nice combination of some browns, some greens, a little bit of UV, and then also some copper, which I think plays nicely into this fly. So we're going to take a very small amount, and we are going to dub this onto our thread and start to build up just a little bit of a ball in the thorax. This Prism dubbing is pretty user-friendly when you go to try to dub it. Also has a nice shaggy appearance to it as you fish it. Catch a couple fish on this and it gets a little bit shaggier, and I think it's more effective. So you can pick this out at first if you'd like. Dub it a little loose. Or just fish it and let the teeth kind of rough it up a little bit. The legs of this fly are going to be henback, and this is an India hen. We just want some legs on this. We don't want it to be too much, so I'm going to take the feather and I'm going to preen off some of the longer fibers down here at the bottom. Hold that stem and peel off some of the fluff. And then I'm going to take it by the tip and I'm going to stroke back a little bit of those fibers, and so that I just get the tip of this feather. And take our scissors, clip that off so that when we stroke this back together, we'll have a V, and that'll be our legs. Now I have a little bit more leg material than I want here, so I'm going to strip off some of this down at the bottom so that I have equal sections on each side. Okay. What we'll go ahead and do is I'm going to take that, and you'll see that there's a natural little curve to that. We want that to be pretty much vertical. So I'll tie these in one side at a time. I want them to be a little bit longer than where that thorax is going to be. We'll do one loose wrap, one more wrap over the top of it, and then pull it towards you a little bit. That'll just kind of flare out those legs. Then we'll fold that over towards the near side and do the same thing. One loose wrap, one tight wrap, and cinch those forward. And then I'm going to pull this up and put one full wrap in front of that. Go ahead and twist this a little bit, just makes it a little bit easier to clump those fibers together so you can make a clean cut. You can discard that. So you see we have some nice little legs there, split on each side equally. You can kind of use your thumb to move those around a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and bring that wing case over the top. Put one loose wrap on top, one tighter wrap. Then I'm going to fold it back over on top of itself and put a little bit of security wraps on top of that. 2 or 3 wraps is fine. I'm trying to take your scissor blades. I like to snip that so it's a little bit cleaner on the front. And whip finish. And that is the Prism PT. You can find this pattern on RockyMountainFlyDesign.com or tie up your own. Thank you.